The one thing we progressives have in common with Maga. This is very important. I think it's very important to talk to anyone you know in the Maga world, if you're a progressive, to have this conversation and identify together what we have in common. And it's just one thing. You don't have to have a list to remember. It's one thing. We progressives and them, the MAGA movement, identify that the establishment is no longer working for regular Americans. We both have this diagnosis of the system. The establishment class is no longer working for working class, everyday people. MAGA has that. Progressives have that diagnosis down. And I'm saying run with this because we don't have a lot in common past this. But this one diagnosis is so important. I believe we can build from there, okay? Yes, it's a long shot. I understand that. It's still the most important building block going forward with people who are in the MAGA movement, to get them to see where we're at and we can see where they're at, and we can have just a building block of consensus with this one thing that we both identify: the establishment class, the establishment two-party system is not working for us. Okay, once again, that's the diagnosis. What about the solutions? What about the prescriptions? What about the policies? That's where we're going to be different. MAGA movement is obviously going to say, we're going to go to the far right. We're going to go to privatization. We're going to go to anti-immigration. We're going to go to securing the billionaire class. They're going to move far right. The progressive left, who has the same diagnosis as the MAGA movement, is going to say, we're going to need Medicare for all. We're going to need a living wage. We're going to need policy prescriptions that work for the average person, that can help them get their debt paid off, that can help them start a small business, that can, whatever the policy is that's going to help working class people. That's where we need to go. We don't need to make the wealthy more wealthy, okay? We don't need to privatize and forget about the public. No, we have to invest in the public. When we invest in the public, when we invest in a sane government, we're investing in the people and the needs of the people. That's what the progressive left says. That's where we're different. And you can have this conversation, and I think there is going to be a few people who are going to come along with you. When you lay the building block of we have the same diagnosis, but we have different solutions. Let's talk about the solutions. I believe you can reel off enough progressive policy prescriptions that's going to appeal to the average MAGA voter to get them on your side. 50% of Republicans already support universal health care. A majority, well, maybe not a majority, but close to 50%, they want the super wealthy to pay their fair share of taxes. There are some things on the MAGA right where populism does exist. Now, a lot of it is just really bad stuff like fascist far-right policy, but they do have some populist policies on their side sometimes. But I believe we can pull them to our side if we lay the one building block together. And if you have any more building blocks, I would like to know what we can add to the one I've provided in this video here, okay, where we have the same diagnosis, but we have different solutions. If you can build from that building block that I've laid in this video, leave it down below, and then we can discuss that together. So I hope you're having a lovely day. I'll talk to you soon.